Hey friends, happy Thursday. Had to think about what day it was there. It's been a long week apparently. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you've had a great week so far. This week, I am wanting to talk to you guys about how you can spot your little one's sleep cues. Um, so, sleep cues are there's quite a, they're different for every little one, um, but there are some that are obvious and ones that your little one will show. Which ones I can't tell you because every little one is different. But these ones will be there. You just have to pick out which ones you see your little one showing, and they have to show them consistently. So every time that they're tired, or basically every time that they're sleeping, because then you'll know that those are their sleep cues. And I will go more into that a little later, but what I want to talk about is why it's important and, why you should know these things as a parent. So these are extremely important, especially for newborns, because newborns, they, newborns, unlike toddlers or like older children who can go a little while before they get overtired, even if they're sleeping, they can go a little while before they get overtired, but newborns can't. So as soon as they start showing their sleepy cues, very soon after that, they can become overtired. So it's important to know these sleep cues, especially with a newborn, so that you can act quickly and you can do what you need to do to make sure they don't get overtired. So that is one reason why it's important. Another reason why it's important would be that your newborn doesn't develop a circadian rhythm until around the age of 3 to 4 months old. So they can't actually, they don't have times where they're, for this time they're going to be okay, and then they're going to be tired. It doesn't work like that. They're different. They go for naps different every day. It's not really a schedule. It's not until 3 or 4 months old that they kind of start to form a schedule just naturally. So they don't have that circadian rhythm yet that other people have, that older kids, adults, everybody else has. So this can really cause them to become overtired, because if we don't know their sleep cues and they have no circadian rhythm, then becoming overtired is something that can really happen. But it's important to know these things with older children as well, because older children can also get a second wind, and it can seem like, they're fine when really they're becoming overtired. So if we know those sleepy cues before their second wind happens, if we can find those sleepy cues and we know that, okay, they're getting tired now, I'm going to have to start incorporating their routine for nap or bedtime, then that can help them from becoming overtired too. And this can help your family have a much easier life, because overtired children they can be hard to deal with, and it can create a vicious cycle, especially with newborns, that goes around and around every day, and it just is so hard for everybody. So let's get into the early sleep cues. So the early sleep cues, like I said before, they're different for every child. So that's why it's important to pay attention and to learn your own child's individual sleep cues. Because when you know those, then you can prevent them from becoming overtired. But they all display them and show them differently, and they can sometimes be confused with them actually being hungry or bored, or maybe they're teething. So it's important to know that that's not what it is. Those things aren't what it is, and that it's actually them being tired. So if you know your little one's sleep cues, you won't confuse them with other things like hunger, being bored, or teething. So it's very, very valuable to be alert of those signs and to know your child's sleep signs. Um, and as I said before, they need to be consistent. Uh, so you'll know them. You'll learn them and you'll know them. So some of the signs are, but these are not limited to these signs. There can be other signs. Every child is different. Your child may show all of these signs. They might show none. Bless you, parents that don't have your children showing sleep cues. That sucks. Or they might show maybe just one or two of them, or maybe just one. or just a few. But either way, these signs are signs that they are giving you sleepy signs. So yawning obviously is a sign that they're sleepy. Fluttering their eyelids, not being able to focus. They may even go cross-eyed, or like stare into space. You know, when you're like looking at someone, but you're actually looking like right through them, that kind of thing. They might be looking at you, but they're actually not looking at you. Their eyes might go cross-eyed as well. They might get pink or red eyebrows, or their eyes might be pink or red. Um, I've seen this happen in so many kids before, where they get pink or red eyebrows, and I'm like, what the heck? Why is that little kid's eyebrows red? Well, that's why. Um, so also pulling at their ears. This can also be a sign of teething or an ear infection. So, like I said, it's if your child does this consistently when they're tired, you know it's because they're tired and it's not an ear infection or teething. They might look worried or be frowning. They might become mildly cranky or fussy, or maybe they get really fussy. Grizzling, which is kind of the same thing. They might be closing their fists, rubbing their eyes, that's a common sign. Or arching backwards, or maybe their limbs and arms are like making jerky movements. So their arms or legs are making jerky movements. So those are the signs. Like I said, they're not limited to that. They You might show all of the signs, it might show some, they might show none, but those are the ones that you should be looking for. I do want to mention that all babies, they have a natural dip in their energy levels around an hour to an hour and a half of being awake. They can start yawning or getting a little bit fussy, and this is normal, but it doesn't mean necessarily mean they're ready for sleep yet. So make sure that you try to hit that wake window, um, as best you can. To get as close to it as you can, so that you're not putting your little one down before they're tired enough, because undertired babies can cause an issue of all of their own. And if you put a little one down when they're undertired, they're going to take a really short nap, and then it's going to mess up the whole rest of your day for sleep. So make sure that you're trying to get to that wake window as best as you possibly can, as close to it as you can. To give them a bit of a second wind, you can do things like changing their diaper, giving them tummy time, maybe taking their diaper off for a little bit, letting them get some air on their bum, going outside and getting some fresh air, playing with a new toy, whatever your child likes to do that will get them active and happy and awake. So do those things to get them to their awake time as close to it as you can. Um, so, what can you do when you see your little one start showing these sleep cues? Well, especially if they're a newborn, you really want to act quickly. Because a newborn can go, like I said, from sleepy to overtired like that, like super, super quick. So you want to make sure that you're acting quickly. So once you see those sleepy cues, right away, start the nap time or bedtime routine. Do the routine with them, and then lay them down in their crib so they can drift off into sleep. And that's all that I have to say about it today. Pretty simple. As soon as you see those sleep cues, you get them down for sleep. And that will prevent them from becoming overtired and prevent a lot of issues from happening from that. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, please share it with other parents who might find it beneficial, especially ones that are expecting a child or have a newborn, because this will really be beneficial to them. If you want more content like it, you can join my Facebook group, where I give free weekly tips and advice to parents just like you who are looking for, advice to get their little one sleeping better. Maybe they don't want to pay for a sleep consultant, but they want help. And that can be the group for you. So the link is in the description box. It's called Sleep Little One. But if you are looking for a certified sleep consultant, I am obviously one, and I can help you with that as well. I can make a one-to-one personalized plan that's for your baby's specific needs, for your family's specific wants and needs, and I can work with you to make a plan, and I can help you along the way to get that done. I offer newborn plans, I offer toddler, baby, all the way up to the age of 5, and I'm actually taking some courses so that I can help sleep up until the age of 10. So, yeah, so if that's something you're interested in, the link to my website is also in the description box. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.